Hey everybody, and welcome to this special on Venus transiting in Aries. So this Venus is transiting in Aries from the 24th of April to the 19th of May. And remember, all of the scopes on wherever you're listening to this are based on Vedic constellational astrology, which is based on where the actual planets and the sun and the moon, which are luminaries, are at any given time. So yeah, right now Venus is moving into Aries on the 24th of April. So yeah, astrologically this transit signifies a time of increased passion, impulsiveness and assertiveness in relationships and creative plans and expression. Aries is known to be a fire energy. It's cardinal, it rules the first house, it rules our head, as in the body part, and it's all about, it's a very spontaneous energy that wants us to take charge of our life, take the initiative to go after whatever it is that we want, whether it's a career, whether it's a relationship. Obviously we have to get consent, but yeah. So under this influence we may feel inclined to pursue our desires wholeheartedly, just going all in, taking that leap of faith and just thinking, what the heck, I'm just going to do what I need to do, especially when it comes to changing your inner values and going after romantic, even if it's just romancing yourself. So yeah, practically it can make us take more risks, try new things, food, love-making positions, chat up and flirting techniques. It allows us to assert our individuality, especially in social interactions, in relationships and in our personal plans as well. It's a good energy to start new projects, embrace challenges, and just to put more excitement into your daily routine. So even, brushing your teeth can become a fun act. You can create a brushing the teeth song or random, but you get what I'm trying to say. Everything can become a musical if you're a very musical person or you want to try it out, or it can just be whatever you want. So yeah, starting new ting them is what Venus in Aries is all about. So yeah, people may feel more asserted, as I said, in going after, pursuing their desires, being more direct in expressing their feelings, and this can lead to increased honesty and transparency in relationships, but I'm going to talk more about how it affects relationships in a little while. Also, as I said, it can push our creativity, inspire new beginnings, especially in our artistic, creative kind of expression. It encourages us to take bold steps towards achieving our personal goals, creating a sense of courage and independence. So when a planet, whatever planet is in Aries energy, it's all about taking the initiative, speaking your mind and starting new things. But negatively, as I said in the intro, it can be make us restless, make us overstep other people's boundaries because it makes us impulsive. We can be very quick in temper, sort of fused, so people can just get mad and say words that they don't really mean, and conflicts can just come up, and because people can be more competitive or confrontational in their approach to love and harmony, causing disharmony. So yeah, so it's important for us to be mindful with our actions and words, to avoid unnecessary misunderstandings and disagreements. On the worldly, collective, materialistic level, people just may become impulsive and have more of a desire for instant gratification. So we have to be mindful of overindulging in frivolous, overspending purchases and services and goods, and getting caught up in superficial desires. And just watch out that, people, this is the energy, so people love scams and all of that. Who's talking Venus may be more, off the chart during this time. And what you have to remember, until, this is why I call this holistic, I do look at every angle of these transits, because when we're not actively, consciously taking the steps to live an intentional life, but under the mundane sort of like meanings of these aspects, but when we take charge, we can tap into these astrological energies as well as the transits that are happening in our personal charts, so that we can just live our best life. And because it's Venus, it's all about living our best love life during this time. So yeah, From a political level, it can encourage leaders to be more diplomatic in their relations. It can also add a sense of urgency or assertiveness to negotiations and decision-making processes, so leaders may become more direct and bold in how they handle international affairs. And there's a lot of things kicking off in our world, so on the global level there may be a leader that speaks up. It could just be like on a national level, or as I said, on the global level, and it can make news, and some shifts can kind of change. And psychologically, it encourages us to assert our needs and desires with confidence, doing it with our chest instead of being meek and mild. But we have to watch out for being overly aggressive and selfish in our interactions, the way we approach things. So the best use of this energy psychologically is to cultivate, develop self-assurance and courage to go after what you want, but it's essential to balance this with sensitivity towards other people's feelings. Spiritually, it encourages us to take bold steps towards spiritual growth and self-discovery, being more passionate about our creations, even if it's just, creating a silly song to brush your teeth, as I was talking about earlier. But yeah, esoterically, it challenges us to look within and confront our hidden fears and desires and explore the deeper layers of our psyche. Symbolically, it wants us to be more, just courageous, embrace our unique identity and express ourselves authentically in all areas of our life, especially when it comes to our inner values, expressing them outwardly and our relationships. It symbolises the time of taking bold actions, being uninhibited, being free in your self-expression, and just to be a bit more determined. And we are reminded to be true to ourselves and unafraid to go after what sets our souls, our higher consciousness on fire. On the creative level, it urges us to explore new projects with enthusiasm, being spontaneous, being vigorous, being vital and passionate about it, and just tapping into that inspirations and allowing us to infuse our creations with passions and originality as we take the initiative to be. So yeah. On the emotional level, Venus in Aries increases our sort of like confidence and assertiveness in relationship. It prompts us, it pushes us to be more direct and honest about our feelings, encouraging us to express our emotions courageously. So this, not to bring rom-coms into it, but this is the rom-com moment. If you want to tell someone that you like them, obviously respect their boundaries, get consent, or if they say no, then step back, don't be too pushy, but do it with your chest. Say what you mean. I like you, I want to be with you, I want to date you, I want to commit to you, I want to end this relationship, sort of thing. It allows us to take lead in the matters of heart, just allowing us to sort of like do what truly ignites our passions and do what brings us joy. So yeah, as Venus dances through Aries, we are invited to start a journey of self-discovery and have fearless expression, unearthing new facets of ourselves along the way. It brings a dynamic doing energy that pushes us to assert ourselves and to go after our desires. And if you're into UK Garage, or even if you're not, UK Garage song, It's My Desire, maybe could be your theme tune for this period. So yeah, it's by Amara and it's called My Desire, if you want to go and check it out. So yeah, the best use of Venus transiting in Aries is to channel this energy into productive outlets such as physical exercise, creative exercises and projects, solo adventures, even if it's just going to the local park, just doing something out of your ordinary, something that aligns with your passions, that makes you think, yeah, I'm living my life, this makes me happy, even if it's just buying your favourite food, sweet, item of clothing, whatever. Make sure that you set clear boundaries and respect other people's boundaries when you're communicating. Make sure you're open and honest with loved ones, as this can help you navigate any potential conflicts that come up during this time. By embracing the assertiveness and courage of Venus in Aries while also practicing patience and understanding, you can make the most of this dynamic energy to create more fulfilling relationships in your life. Especially, you know, I'm a big believer, and I do this with myself, and ever since I created the primary relationship with myself, this has helped all my other relationships as well. So, you know, just making sure you're looking after yourself, especially, you know, if you suffer from migraines, headaches, anything to do with your face, taking care of that area, because Aries rules this area. So anything, even if it's just clear thinking as well. So yeah, it can ultimately, dynamically, because it's a dynamic energy, allow us to just have more confidence and to be more loving, and just to go after and take those leap of faith, especially in asserting our inner values and declaring our love for ourselves and others. So yeah, that's the short version. So now, you know, I'm going to go into talking about the karma, how it affects relationships, and the best things for creatives and entrepreneurs, and the best things to do for personal development and all of that. But first, I'm going to directly look at the aspects that Venus is making when it goes into Aries this year, and how they positively and negatively affect Venus transiting in Aries. So the first aspect is Venus makes a semi-sextile to Mars. So when the planet is making aspects as it goes into a planet, it sort of like flavours the whole period. So Venus's semi-sextile to Mars allows us to create a harmonious flow of energy between Venus, which is the planet of love and beauty, and Mars, which is the planet of motivation, the desire, energy, all forms of energy, from, you know, motivational to sexual energy. So yeah, so as I said, it adds to us being able to be passionate, to be assertive, to go after what we want, especially in our relationships, and it can make us increase physical attraction right now. So if relationships have been a bit dead, if you're committed relationships or hookups, this can bring back the spark. You can try new things together, date nights, new ways of satisfying each other's physical needs and stuff like that as well. But negatively, it can make us impatient, impulsive, especially in matters related to love and values. So people can be like, oh, my values are better than yours, and arguments can, you know, come up over that. And you know how hard it can be in relationships. So in an intimate relationship, there could be clashes between values, even with co-workers and stuff, but I'll talk more about that later. And you know, this energy of Venus semi-sextile to Mars negatively can add to the conflicts that can come up at this time, because, as I said, Aries is a fiery energy anyway, and people with strong will. So even if you're passive aggressive, all people are passive aggressive, this can lead to, you know, clashing, and negatively people can make hasty decisions that can impact them, like spending all their money on a new item of clothing, which I said, you know, treat yourself, but don't spend all of your rent money or money for your car payments or anything, money for your children's childcare. No, it's not actually funny, because some people do that, and that's child neglect, so I weren't trying to make light of that. But, you know, just try and be responsible while also, you know, indulging a little. Venus also makes a conjunction to Chiron at this time as well. So Chiron, you know, is known as the wounded healer in astrology as well. So this creates opportunities for deep emotional healing within relationships, and to do with, you know, self-worth and self-esteem issues. So it's good for doing that inner and shadow work, and that self-love and acceptance work as well. It encourages us to be more vulnerable, compassionate and understanding with dealing with past wounds related to love and values, and it can also make us more self-reflective, introspective, and allows us to grow through confronting and addressing emotional pain rather than running away from it. So it just allows us to, you know, be open to healing. But negatively, because it can make us more sensitive and vulnerable, it can lead to challenges in fully letting go of past hurts. So old arguments can come up like, oh, you know, you did this to me in 1992, but you did this to me in 1997, and all of this can happen. So yeah, people can just bring up sage from the past, so just watch out for that as well. So ultimately, this can make us feel triggered negatively. Venus's conjunction to Chiron, as Venus is in Aries for the 3 to 4 weeks that it is, by just under 4 weeks. So so just watch out for that. People can feel overly exposed emotionally, and because we can just be triggered without us actually making the conscious choice to do healing. External events and people can just make that choice for us, and it can be scary, and it can just make us feel insecure. So just try and be gentle with yourself. Venus also makes an opposition to the ascendant. So ascendant is like the first house, so the way that we view ourselves can be at odds at this time, and this energy places a strong emphasis on relationships and how we relate to ourselves and others as well. So it can bring awareness to how we present ourselves in our partnerships. It helps us to seek more balance and gain more balance in our personal connections, which is good, but negatively, because it is an applying energy of a 1.27 degree orb, it can bring tension between our personal desires and the expectations and needs of others. This can lead to challenges in finding compromises or feeling torn between your own values and those of the people around you at the moment as well. So we just have to be aware of that. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the SABIAN degree that Venus goes into Aries. So whenever a planet enters the sign, except if it's in retrograde, always enters into the first degree of the sign. So the first degree of Aries rules the cerebrum, cerebrum, in the human body. So in short, the cerebrum is the largest part of the brain and handles a wide range of responsibilities, and it's located in the front and top of our skull. So it's instrumental in everything we do in our day-to-day life, our thoughts to actions. So being associated with the cerebrum, the ruling planet Venus in this specific degree symbolises the integration of love, beauty and harmony into our thought processes and our intellectual goals, or our spiritual goals, or technological goals, or any other goals that we have. The image of a woman rising out of the ocean, embraced by seal, encapsulates themes of emerging from emotional depths with grace, being supported by instinctive wisdom, so trusting our intuition, our gut feelings as well, and finding unity between our inner self and our outer expression. So making sure who we are on the inside aligns with the things we say and do on the outside. This symbol suggests a transformative journey where we transcend emotional turmoil, which is represented by the ocean, and find stability and support, that's represented by the seal in this imagery. And as we navigate our way towards thinking at a higher level, being more rational, being more intuitive, using deductive reasoning, thinking, thought, self-reflection. So it wants us to start and supports us in starting the transformative steps that Venus and Aries calls for, especially with starting new projects to do with our relationships, and also reforming, changing our inner values. It supports us having more courage, independence, and having the pioneering spirit. So being innovative. Not I use Elon Musk because then you know who he is, and not being like him, but thinking about your own entrepreneurial sort of like side, and being creative and being unique in the things that you do. It encourages us to embrace new beginnings with confidence and trust in our inner guidance as we navigate, uncharted territories in both our personal growth and relationships. Further, the SABIAN symbol of a woman has risen out of the sea, and the seal is embracing her, signifies emergence from our emotional depths and finding comfort and support in unexpected places, and symbolises emotional rebirth and a deep connection with our goals, whatever we're doing right now. And positively it supports us being more courageous and being independent and all of that, taking bold steps and being more creative, especially in the matters of the heart, as I said before. Supports us in going after our true values and doing things that are in alignment with our authentic core values and beliefs. Negatively adds to the conflict and ego clashes that can come in our relationships due to lack of compromise, and there can be be a tendency to act without considering the consequences and to prioritise our own needs and desires over harmonious interactions. So we may be like, I don't care about harmony in relationships. I'm meeting your needs partner. I just gotta do what I want to do. I'm gonna be spending that money on whatever I want to spend it on, sort of thing, So we just have to watch out for that. So we need to channel this fiery energy constructively to avoid conflicts arising from, coming from ego clashes or impatience, and be mindful of our actions and words, as I said, to avoid unnecessary drama and misunderstandings. Also, it adds to the fact that there can be quick attractions, like, you fancy someone one minute, then you don't fancy them the next, and someone may like you and want to be intimate with you one minute and don't the next. There can be sudden endings in relationships, and so it just wants to remind us to be cautious at this time, because Aries energy is very fiery. We can do things that we regret, we can hook up and not think about the consequences, and I don't want to say some people be cheating and stuff like that, but this energy, Venus in Aries, can be very impulsive and very like, I need to satisfy my itch now, and I'm going to do whatever it is that I need to do it, so just watch out for that. So it's best to sort of like balance, finding a balance between being passionate and being rational and being respectful of other people's boundaries. Make sure you ask questions to avoid misunderstandings in romantic plans and relationships, situationships and that, and to allow yourself to have an emotional, spiritual, psychological rebirth, a spiritual evolution, and be open to the mental clarity that this SABIAN degree brings. And this can lead to increase and profound insights and breakthroughs in perception, how you see yourself and others. So now I'm just going to talk about the holistic karmic and past life meanings of Venus in Aries. So as I said, Venus is the planet of love and harmony, and it interacts with the fiery energy of Aries. So holistically, on the karmic level, it wants us to explore how we love ourselves, self-love, assertiveness and independence. As I said, Aries is known for its bold and fearless nature, so it encourages us to take charge of our desires and passions. From a past life perspective, Venus in Aries indicates that we may experience karmic lessons right now related to initiating relationships, starting relationships, or going after our creative plans with confidence. We may find ourselves drawn to situations that mirror past lives experiences, and this is not always consciously, it can be subconsciously, but whatever happens now is nudging you, pushing you to confront and learn the lessons of self-love, self-worth and esteem head on. It encourages you to take bold actions, be fearless in nature, and to reflect on any past life connections that require bravery and proactiveness to evolve and grow spiritually. So you may just experience things now that you may have experienced in past lives, because obviously this is holistic, and I'm a karmic astrologist, so I very much believe, and this is how my these are the themes that run through all my sort of like interpretations. So this is an opportunity for us to step into our own power with unwavering courage. So this is the lesson: be who you truly are. Use the fearless nature of Aries to do so, and be brave in your self-reflection and getting rid and letting go of the habits that you need to let go of, and the relationships that you need to let go of as well, so you can be the best you. So now I'm just going to talk about the positive and negative influences Venus in Aries have on family relationships, friendship, co-worker relationships, committed relationships on the deeper level. So in terms of family dynamics, it brings passion and excitement to our family interactions, and it can make us more open in communication and spontaneous within the family unit. But negatively, because of the impulsive nature, it can lead to more conflicts and power struggles in our families, and tensions may come up due to individual desires clashing with the need for compromise and understanding. In terms of friendships, it boosts our friendships, making us more enthusiastic about them. It can inspire friends to start new adventures together, creating a sense of deeper connection and companionship. Negatively, disagreements can come up and quickly escalate, leading to temporary arguments, rifts, disagreements in friendships. Egos can clash as individuals assert their independence more strongly. In terms of co-worker relationships, it can make us more bold and ambitious, which can increase teamwork and productivity in the workplace. Colleagues can feel more motivated to take on new challenges and work towards common goals. But negatively, we can sort of like battle for control, be competitive. My idea is better than your idea and all of that. And this can lead to impulsive actions and misunderstandings and disruptions in workflow. So if you just want a peaceful work life this month, as most of us do, just try and avoid and walk away from people, because some people can just be argumentative for the sake of it because they want to control you and others and stuff like that. In terms of committed relationships, it allows us, as I said, to add spark and develop and go to new levels of intimacy together, whether it be maybe reading books together in bed, wink wink nudge nudge, playing out fantasies and all of that, So basically partners may feel a renewed sense of connection and assignment in their relationship, spicing things up and bringing a renewed sense of adventure. Negatively, because people can be strong-willed at times and competitive, and this can lead to power struggles and conflicts within the partnerships. So balancing individual needs with the dynamics and the responsibilities of a committed relationships is needed, and we may just need to be extra patient and understanding at this time. In terms of hookup relationships, it brings a spontaneous, thrill-seeking energy. People can be seeking more adventure, and this can be a good thing as well. The fiery energy can create intense chemistry and passionate encounters, adding excitement to hookups. But negatively, conflicts can come up due to differences in expectations or desires in casual relationships. Aries' independent nature can lead to clashes over boundaries or commitment levels, and this requires clear communication and mutual respect to kind of navigate the misunderstandings that come up as well. So just try and actively listen, give each other space and grace, make sure you get consent, because Venus in Aries in terms of your personal chart can be pussy when they want something, so this energy can make us pussy and disrespect others. So don't do that. If you are single, have special date nights with yourself, have nice showers or bath, burn some incense, cook your favourite meal, order in your favourite meal, be gentle with yourself, listen to your thoughts right now. Ask yourself if you're happy single. If you are not, ask yourself why. Ask yourself what steps you can take to, go after starting a new relationship. You may be a bit shy. You may have had a bad breakup. And this is one thing that I dislike. And this is why I do this podcast and others as well, to just say that, life, some people are going to come in and hurt us. But I've seen a lot of people that maybe a lover hurt them in their 20s, teenagers, and they've spent the next 20-30 years of their life pushing others away, and they've all been guilty of it, can be guilty of it. I've been guilty of it. But love can always be found, especially in unexpected places at times, if we're open to it. So we should never shut ourselves down from it. Some people will hurt us. It's a risk that we take. But if you take the time to communicate, ask the right questions when you're dating, and we do this by getting to know ourselves, then, if we can be good at spotting the lies. The reason why a lot of time people can lie to us, because most human beings lie to themselves. So if we are open and honest with ourselves about our wants and needs, then it's harder for people to trick us, because we're more self-aware, more alert. So single, use this time to just get more in tune with yourself and to just love on yourself, as I will continuously say. So now I'm going to talk about how Venus in Aries impacts career, personal, spiritual and educational development. So in terms of career development, we can feel more confident in taking new challenges and standing up for ourselves, advocating for ourselves, becoming more strategic in our risk taking, being more assertive in our professional growth seeking, so going for that promotion, applying for that new job, upgrading our skills, researching whatever we need to do to improve our career skills and capabilities, possibilities, progress, whatever. In terms of personal growth, it can make us more self-assured, confidence, and wanting us to assert our individuality, allows us to take decisive actions that are in alignment with our true selves and just become more empowered. On the spiritual level, it encourages us to explore our inner desires and passions more boldly. It can ignite a sense of purpose and give us the drive to seek deeper connections with ourselves and others. It can push us to take the initiative in our spiritual practices, seek new forms of self-expression, especially in our spiritual disciplines and philosophies, researching ones that may be more in alignment, such as new meditation techniques, exercise, yoga, tai chi techniques and stuff like that, and allows us to cultivate a stronger connection with our inner guidance. In terms of educational advancement, it allows us to be more proactive and hands-on in our approach to learning new things. Students may feel more motivated to explore new subjects with enthusiasm, taking the lead in group projects and engaging in debates or discussions more assertively, and this can inspire a thirst for knowledge and challenge ourselves academically. Okay, so now I'm just going to wrap this up. We've just talking about the best things for creative professionals, entrepreneurs, alternative healers and lovers to do when Venus is transiting in Aries, so creatives. This is a time to put all your energy into your work. Venus in Aries encourages bold and innovative ideas, embracing experimenting with methods and techniques that you use, and take creative risks. And this can help your projects grow and flourish at this time. So for professionals, you should use this energy, as I said, to be more assertive and confident, and use this period to showcase your skills and stand out in your field, and take bold steps towards your career goals and let your passion drive your success. Entrepreneurs should launch new ventures or revamp existing ones, thinking about how you can make changes in your entrepreneurial ventures to make them more effective and efficient. Aries energy encourages quick thinking and decision making actions. Trust your instincts, be bold in your decisions, and seize the opportunities that come your way. Alternative healers can use this energy to explore new healing techniques. Venus in Aries energy promotes self-discovery and individuality, making it an ideal time to experiment with different healing practices. Embrace your intuition and be open to unconventional methods that can increase your healing abilities during this time. Lovers can use this energy to increase passion and intensity in your relationships, deepen your connection through being spontaneous and open to fiery expressions of love and lovemaking. Make bold romantic gestures, communicate openly about your desires, and embrace new beginnings in your relationships. Students should dive into challenging subjects with confidence, be fearless in your approach to learning, take on leadership roles, and allow your passion for knowledge to shine through, and break free from limitations and explore different academic pursuits. So a lot of time in life we can get a bit older and think, I'm too old to go back to school and learn new things, but it's never too late to learn, as long as you've got the capabilities to do so. Obviously, if you've got mental or physical illnesses that get in the way of doing so, you may have to make adjustments and come up with different techniques to help you do so. But I believe, never too late to do something new, be something new, if you're open and willing to put the hard work into doing so. So yeah, that's the end of this special on Venus transiting in Aries. Thanks ever so much for listening. Like, subscribe, share if you enjoy my content. Thank you.